Hi everyone, welcome back to AB Camper Life. Now, it's my extreme pleasure to be sat here with Simon from Camper King. He's a sales manager for the company, and we're going to be asking him a few questions. Hello, Simon.
Hiya, how you doing? You alright?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good since I've had my new van.
Fantastic, good. And it's been 2 or 3 weeks now you've had it?
3 weeks, yeah, 3 weeks. Come back to get the bodywork done that you've seen on the channel already.
Whoops.
Wife had a little bit of a ding dong, but there we go. They're going to sort it because they're amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to come here to speak to you because we've had a load of questions on our YouTube channel about particular things about the vans and whatnot. I thought you might be the best man to answer it.
I'll try my best.
So, as a starter for 10,
Yeah.
obviously, short wheelbase and long wheelbase is the difference in length of the vehicle.
Exactly.
But what else does that include? Like, what configurations can you get? How does it affect how you build the van?
Well, with a long wheelbase and short wheelbase, the difference is about 14 inches in length.
Okay.
So the main difference is on the long wheelbase is you have a bit more space in length inside the van. It doesn't change the boot space because the bed's kept in the same position, be it a long or a short. But with the more space in the van, so as a family van with kids in there, perhaps you've got the dog, you've got more space to move around in. You also get a bit more furniture with a long wheelbase. Behind the driver's chair, we put a cupboard there, or on a couple of our models, you can have a porta potty extension. So if you don't fancy getting out the van at night time, you can go to it inside.
Especially
with all
in the
your
winter.
family watching, it's great.
Okay, that's great. Now, with the short wheelbase, long wheelbase, does that affect whether or not you can have a 2-seater back here or a 3-seater? Can you have a 3-seater?
You can, on both. So it depends on the model you go for. So with Camper King, we offer a Saint-Tropez, a Monte Carlo, a Le Mans, a Santorini and a Portofino. So the Santorini and Portofino only come as a long wheelbase. We're actually sat in the Santorini now. So this one comes with 3 seats in the back as standard. The same as the Portofino, yeah. Especially if you, on a hot day like it is today, if you go away in your camper van, if you've got 2 bodies touching when you're sleeping, it can get warm anyway. It's going to be even hotter, but with this bed, you know, it's only slightly narrower than a double bed. Right. So you've got space you can actually separate on the bed. Yeah,
actually, we did notice when we went away for our first weekend that we also did a video on, Olivia advised us to get the Van Gogh double 10 thing, the air mattress.
Yeah, the mattress on there, yeah.
Yeah, the self-inflating.
Yeah.
We got the double.
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. There was a little bit of a rise at the edge because there's not the cutaway on that, but it, you know.
No, the comfort's great. I mean, these are very good anyway, but there are things like you can get the air mattress, or we do a duvet as well. You've got basically it's an inch or a 2-inch foam mattress, like memory foam.
Okay.
You can put it on top of your bed, and it's a game changer. Really, really comfortable.
There's another tip I didn't know, which I'm probably going to investigate now. So when it comes to speccing a van, now imagine, well, I am a complete beginner, but imagine somebody comes to you and says, we don't know what we want.
Yeah, no, we get a lot of that.
What's the process?
So they walk in, big smile, tea or coffee, we sit them down, and then we find out a bit more about them. Not so much the van to start with, it's who's going to be using it. Is it just him? Is it just her? Is it the partnership? Is it the kids as well? Are they bringing relatives? Have they got dogs? Because if they've got 3 or 4 people going away in a van, and they're going to do it quite frequently, the short wheelbase, it's good in that it will fit in the car parking space nice and snugly, but to get all the people in there, it might be a little bit lacking in space.
Right.
So we'll try and find out a bit more about them, and then we would wander around the showroom. I'd show them a short wheelbase and a long wheelbase, and go through the different models and the benefits of the models. But the good thing about camper vans is it's all fun, and people tend to gravitate towards the layout they like. You know, I'm not going to be a salesperson and tell them you've got to have this, you've got to have that. I just let people walk around, and they can walk around for an hour. They can walk in and out the vans, have a look at them all, because they'll gravitate to a van that they think, this will work for us.
Yeah.
It's got a microwave in, or it's got the gas ring, it's got the fridge, it's got the wider bed in the back, it's got the 2 seats in the front, but the pop top the kids can go in. There's space on the floor for the dogs to go. So we that's how we start, and then we find out if they need a manual or an automatic. Did you get asked by Olivia, barn doors or tailgate?
Yes, yeah.
So we get a lot of people say they want a tailgate because when it rains, it keeps them dry. Well, here's a spoiler for you. It doesn't, because rain, when it comes down, it can be gusty, and with the wind blowing, your waist downwards, you'll still get wet. But it begs the question, if it's raining, why are you not getting back in the van? And why are you standing outside the van? Yeah, so that's the big thing we get with tailgates. Now, with tailgates and barn doors, you know, there's no right or wrong answer. They're both open. It's what's best for you.
Yep. Okay. And then, so I'm assuming that when you get, because you source the vans, right?
Yep.
And they come without a pop top.
They are a panel van.
Okay, just a panel van,
panel
and then
van.
you convert them. So I'm assuming if somebody wants to come and get a camper van for you and they want to do their own spec,
Yep.
you literally build it from the bottom up.
Exactly. So obviously we do the 5 different models I mentioned earlier.
Yep.
So we find out from them what's best for them. The big thing is budget. You know, obviously people come in, they've got a budget in mind. It tends to be lower than what it needs to be, unfortunately. And before you know it, they're upping their budget because, you know, this day and age now, there's so many different models out there. And if you want automatic, that's a bit more expensive to buy the van initially.
I know.
Or it could be a 6-speed manual. They're a bit more than a 5-speed manual. So it's finding their budget and trying to find a van that works for them, converted for them at the right price. Not trying to shoehorn them into a van that we've got here and trying to make that work, but it's 10 or 15 grand more. Because no one's going to win on that. They're not going to be happy. They won't buy the van and they'll walk away and we've lost some business. I'd much rather find the right van in the right colour at the right price and put that conversion on so the whole package is coming in at budget for them.
So, if somebody wants to choose their own inside, like you said, you build it from the bottom up.
Yeah.
So what are the choices?
You've got loads. So once you chose the model, you then go into our configuration zone, and inside there you've got 6 different colour worktops, 9 different floors. There's about 15 furnitures, different colour edging. The one we're sat on now, this is port vinyl. It feels like leather, looks like leather, but it is vinyl. This is a cost upgrade, so there's certain tweaks you can do on there, but you can really get your inner Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen, your designer hat on, your pretty collars and a nice velvet jacket on. You can go to town and do it as you want, but do bear in mind that in 3 or 4 or 5 years time when you come to sell it, if you've got a bit of a noddy car, all different colours inside, you know, we might have to change it when it comes back in again.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, as for instance, like just to throw this out there, we've recently we bought the camper back today, and we wanted to have a door put on here. So you can, like, if somebody buys a van, specs it out, takes it away, and they decide they want something else, you can add things.
These are very much like Lego, but the one thing we couldn't do is put a door on there. We've had lots of people ask before. There isn't a benefit. I mean, you've got such a small little door on there. You're better off, here's one for you as well. You know those little sticky things you can get with hooks on?
Yep.
Stick one each side and get a cargo net and just hook it over there. That keeps the things inside there.
Oh, really?
Stops them coming out. Because the door, there's no point putting a door in there. People also ask about the wine rack on this particular van. They don't.
We've got one of them.
Yeah, I've got one as well. But not everybody drinks. I don't know what they do in the evening. But this, they wanted to take that out and put a door in there. But a door for thickness of what? There isn't any thickness there.
Yeah, and there's not really a lot of depth either.
There isn't. No. So there's certain things we can do. The boss at the factory says we got 5 hymn sheets. These are the hymns we sing.
Okay.
We don't go off there, but we can add. So being like Lego, I could put a solar panel on, a lithium battery. I could put sidebars on. There are various other things we can do, but I can't do doors.
Okay. So, like essentials. What are the essentials of a camper van in your opinion?
Okay, so depending where you're going to go location-wise, be it the UK or into Europe, the things at the top of my build sheet would always be a diesel heater. Now, it all depends on what kind of camper you are. Are you a fair weather camper?
Yep.
And you, when the sun's out, that's when you go away in your van? Or are you one of these hardcores that likes to go up to the Highlands in January for a nice weekend away when it's minus 15? Well, it sounds good to me, as long as you've got a diesel heater, because that way you're going to be nice and toasty in the van when it's freezing cold outside. And it could even be in the spring or the autumn where, you know, it's 15 degrees during the day, but at night time it could drop down to a chilly -1 or 2. Having that diesel heater will just take the edge off and you're in the van nice and toasty, so good night's sleep.
Well, that's a good shout actually, and that brings me around to something else that we've been asked on our channel. Do you guys insulate the vehicles?
No, and we haven't done in the 15 years we've been building these vans. The reason being for that is, if you insulate a van, you've got a great difference in temperature inside the van to outside the van. So ultimately you could get a lot of condensation inside the van running down your windows, which isn't great if it goes behind the furniture here, because you've got electrics behind there.
Right.
What we tend to do is, on the floor, we plywood it, we put the vinyl on there, we carpet the walls, you've got the furniture down this side anyway, and you've got the bed here. You know, it's to a point where in my van, I don't have an issue with condensation, but I do sleep with the window slightly open anyway, so there isn't an issue with that.
Well, to be fair, you did say about the diesel heater anyway,
Yeah.
so if it gets cold, you just
Exactly.
it just automatically
put it
comes on and away you go.
You put it on, you can set it on what temperature you want, the fan speed, you can change direction of the vent there as well.
So I didn't know that actually.
Well, yeah, you can twist it and it will change direction. So if you find it blowing on you, it's a bit too much, just twist it and it will then change direction of it.
Ah, I thought that was fixed.
No, you can twist it. There we go.
And see, every time I come to Camper King, I learn something else because they're just amazing people.
So with the diesel heater, the other thing I put on there is a sunshade. So the extreme, if it's cold, I've got the diesel heater, but on a hot day, that sunshade or awning rail comes out about 2.5 meters. You drop the legs down, you've got some shade. You can sit underneath in the table, nice and cozy with a gin and tonic or whatever it may be, your tipple, out the sun.
Fantastic. So talking about like essentials and things like
Yeah.
that, what are the optional extras that people tend to go for? Do you see any like strange ones? Do people ask you like, oh, can I put a swimming pool in my sink? Or
That'd be great. That'd be great. We get a lot of people who try and do bespoke stuff, which we don't do. As I said earlier, we've got the 5 hymn sheets. That's what we do. Anything people know strange? No. I mean, people tend to want the same things. We either got people who've got caravans or they've had motorhomes before, but they're downsizing or more convenient, something smaller. They can drive down in Cornwall or Devon down to the actual seafront, not have to park 2 miles away and walk down. But it's things like the diesel heater, it's nice upholstery, the captain's chairs for comfort if you're doing distance. Because if you've got the double front seat, it's practical, you can put 2 people on there, but on distance, because it's very upright, the seat, you can get a little bit uncomfy and have to stop at a service station or 2 just to stretch your legs.
I have to say that one thing that me and the wife noticed about our van, the driving position is just, we've got the captain's seats in
great.
front.
Yeah.
It's the most comfortable thing I think
No,
I've
it's
ever
good.
driven.
No, it's good.
It's incredible, and you know, my daughter being back here, she absolutely loves it. Got loads of it. It's the first wagon we've had that she's actually been able to stand up in.
Oh,
Do you know?
fantastic. Yeah.
So it's great.
So, I mean, the things like, the sunshade we talked about already. This time of year, obviously, with the sun being out, a great thing is there's a solar panel, which means you can go off grid rather than go to the campsite and plug in there. You can go a bit more off grid because the solar panel will charge your lithium battery. You can be away then for 5-6 days at a time, as long as the kids haven't all got USBs all plugged in with their iPads and phones draining all your power. But that's a pretty good way of doing it, and a lot of people do choose that as well.
How long so say as a for instance, you know, you drive away on a beautiful sunny day, you're going off grid and it turns cloudy. How long is that battery going to last?
Well, if you went for the solar panel with lithium battery upgrade, the lithium battery is almost double the power of a normal leisure battery we put in there. So on my normal leisure battery, when I had that, I could go in a Friday for a long weekend, Monday, Tuesday, because I'm not plugging things into the USB. The fridge is the only thing that's on permanently. That's the biggest draw for the battery.
Yep.
Apart from that, in the night time, I won't have all the lights on, so it can last for a few days anyway.
Really?
But that solar panel and having double the power, if it was shady outside, the solar panel, even if it was, shady out there, it will still draw some power from daylight. But the leisure battery being a lithium, you could go away probably for a good 5 or 6 days anyway, and having it being used. And don't forget, every time you drive your van, the alternator anyway will charge a leisure battery.
Oh, really?
So these people who go away on holiday for 2 weeks at a time, very rarely do they just go to the campsite and sit there for 2 weeks doing nothing.
Yeah.
They're plugged into the mains there, or they're on solar panel, but when they drive down to the beach, drive here, drive there, every time they're doing that, that's charging the leisure battery anyway.
See, knowledge is power. So when you get all these extras, you get, you fit your van, you put the kitchen in, you do your leisure battery, you get your solar panels. What warranties and things like that do you guys offer?
Yeah. So with the warranties, with the start point, the van, if you buy a van that's under 3 years of age, you've got the remainder of the manufacturer's warranty, because all VW vans have a 3-year warranty. Yep. So that's a great point. So if you buy a 1-year-old van, you've got 2 years warranty on the van anyway. If you were to buy an older van that was over 3 years of age, we would put a 12-month warranty on there, on the van, depending up to a certain age of van. If it was an old van with 100,000 miles on, you might find we'd only put like a 3 or 6 month one on there.
Okay.
Because being older, it's more susceptible, something might go wrong. But with the warranty on the conversion itself, like you had with your one when you picked it up, you've got a habitation warranty.
Yes.
So the habitation is a thorough program that we have in place, ticking the boxes to make sure that the technicians checked every aspect of your van, the gas, the electrics, the bed goes up and down, the roof goes up and down, and it's all fully functioning. When you drive away, we give you that warranty. That's for 12 months on the conversion. Your belt and braces, only if you've been abusing your van and we can tell it's been abused, that wouldn't be on the warranty. Like any warranty, it wouldn't cover wear and tear. But that habitation warranty, if you come back to us every year, have another one done, it's £285, I think it is, and then you get another 12-month habitation warranty. So it keeps on going with you when you own the van, as long as you come back every year and have the habitation check done.
And like, how with that habitation warranty, how small do the things go? Like, you know, if there was a problem with this knob here.
I'm glad you brought that one up, because this knob here does sometimes get a bit sticky, and sometimes when you push it in, it doesn't lock itself. So in my van, I have something called a Phillips screwdriver.
Okay.
And on the back here, the slightest little adjustment, because you might find it's been over tightened slightly.
Yeah.
That little adjustment, I can then put it back up. I can push the button. Well, it's working again. It's simple things like that. Have a little toolkit on board, and there's not many things that do fail on the vans.
Yeah.
You know, but little things like that will help. You know, and it will get you back up and running again without your doors dropping and bouncing everywhere.
So what, you know, if you had to list, what are the main things that start to go wrong?
Blimey. That's not one of them.
That's not one of them.
No. Trying to think what's the main thing. I mean, I've been here for 5.5 years, and I see lots of people come through for service. What do we have a lot of? Sometimes people have their lovely camper vans and they don't use them. To a point where they might not use it for a week, 2 or 3. And we do sometimes have issues with leisure batteries, because like any battery, anything, it needs to be topped up, and by topped up, it's when you drive it or when you plug it in.
Yeah, yeah.
So people who aren't going to use it that frequently, so mine, we don't go away a lot in mine at weekends. I've got a trickle charger.
Okay.
So it's parked outside my garage. The trickle charger's under the bonnet. The wires are all then not exposed to the elements outside. And that trickle charger is on my battery. I know at any given time I can go in and start it. It's going to start. Okay. Or with your hookup cable anyway that you have at the campsite, we give you a 3-pin plug adapter, so you can plug it into a normal plug socket. So once a week, if I'm not going to drive it, always try and drive it for an hour a week. That just keeps everything moving and the battery's topped up. You can always, the night before, plug it into the mains, plug it into the van, on your control panel. If you notice your leisure battery starting to get low, make sure the power's going to the leisure battery, and overnight it will charge a leisure battery for you.
There you go. I don't know what else to say. Well, I do know what else to say. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a bit of a look around some of the different options that that you've just talked about, and we'll put them up on the video. So Simon, thank you.
No problem at all.
Appreciate you taking the time. I know you're super busy.
That's all
the
right.
watch keeps going off like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, so all I would say is, I know we've banged on a lot about Camper King since we bought our camper and on our videos, but honestly, I can't recommend them enough. I mean, you know, Simon took the time. We've only had a van 3 weeks, and I've asked to do a video, and Simon's very kindly taken the time out to do it. Olivia's great. The rest of the team are amazing. They've got our van in to get sorted like that. Yeah, I just think they're a fantastic company. So if you're in the area of sort of Oxfordshire, come over to Warmington and check out all the campers at Camper King, because they're just the best in the world.
Right, so the van we're sat in now, this is a short wheelbase. It's a Monte Carlo. So this one has a microwave in there. It's got a 2-ring gas burner. It's got the sink. It's got the 50-litre fridge freezer and our upgraded bed. Right, so what we're sat in now, this is a Santorini. So this only comes as a long wheelbase. This has got the wider bed in the back. It also has a wireless charger like all our vans have. This particular one's also got a diesel heater. It's got a wine rack, or the spirit rack. It's got the 2-ring gas burner. It's got the sink, the 50-litre fridge freezer. And behind the driver's chair, you've got the extended storage, which is the timbre door here with a shelf inside for extra storage. This is one of our popular selling long wheelbase vans. Okay, we're now sat in a long wheelbase. This is a Monte Carlo. So again, it's got the microwave oven. All the Monte Carlos and Saint-Tropez, you'll have the large table inside, and there's also a smaller table that goes on the passenger side of the van as well. Again, wireless charging mat, the 2-ring gas burner, the sink, the 50-litre fridge freezer, the storage cupboard behind the driver's door, the upgraded bed, a large drawer underneath here, as you can see, because people like to go away and be neat and tidy. They fold up their clothes and put them in the drawer. Not for me. Okay, so this van we're sat in, this is the double chair. So when you're going away, you can have 2 of you sat on here, and obviously the driver on their own chair, being 3 seats in the front. So what I'm sat in now, this is a single passenger chair, but it's got the upgrade sport seat function, so it's got more thigh around your thighs and midriff. Being a single chair, you've got the angle of the upright you can change, and you can take the seat closer and further away from the dashboard as well. The ultimate seating position. Guys, welcome to the configuration lounge. If you're looking to build your van from the floor up, this is one of the areas you'll come, because there's all these different types of upholstery you can choose from for your van. You've got a whole array of different styles of alloy wheels for you, be it black gloss, matte black, black and polished silver. We've got most things covered. And then over this side, you've got to choose one of the floorings here to go in your lovely new van. We have a choice of 9, as you can see, all very different. And then your worktops and your tabletops, you've got a choice of 6 finishes to pick your favourite from. And then the furniture, the biggest part inside the van, to give it that sort of wow pop factor, is this is the choice of colours you've got for inside the van. Now, buying the camper van's the easy thing. What accessories do you need? There's so many to choose from. We got that covered as well. Look at all the things you can choose from the Camper King shop. You can also go on the website, and you can choose off the website, and it can be delivered to you as well. When we were sat in the van earlier on, I mentioned about the duvet covers. This is a game changer, makes your sleeping even better. Memory foam mattress in your van.
So, as you can see, I'm in a different van now, but I wanted to let you know the amazing people at Camper King have given me an absolute ton of merch to give away to one of you guys. So, we've got a blue hoodie, a King Camper grey jumper, got some t-shirts, and we've got another red Camper King hoodie. So all you've got to do to be in with a chance to get all this merch is simply comment below saying Camper King. That's all you've got to do. You've got to be a UK resident, obviously, because we can't send them overseas, but yeah, good luck.